It's Mac. Welcome back. Episode 12 of Icebreaker is presented by Pembina Source for Sports. 2077 Pembina Highway. We know our stuff. So check them out at sourceforsports.ca and now offering a variety of contactless service options to get you your gear. Check them out. Good people. Great stuff. Pembina Source for Sports. Got a great show for you today. And before we get started, just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, I would appreciate checking us out on social media at Icebreaker Show with 2 W's on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Let us know what you think of the show. Send us your tweets, pictures, whatever you want. Always appreciate hearing from our listeners. We're heading inside the bubble today with our guest, Peyton Krebs, the Winnipeg Ice captain and a prospect of the Golden Knights, who's with them right now in Edmonton as they compete for the Stanley Cup. So that's exciting, and we're really excited to have him on the show. But before we do that, we're joined again by our co-host AJ. AJ, how's it going?
Super duper, Mac. How you doing?
I'm doing well, as always. I gotta ask you. So Winnipeg's a little big town, I guess you could put it.
Oh, it's the biggest small town on the planet. Yeah.
So I'm driving down Osborne, and I see this guy wearing a do-rag, and I double check, and it happens to be you. It's pouring rain out, and you're walking in a do-rag. What's the story?
You know, man, first of all, it wasn't a do-rag. I have it here, and I'll show it to you in a second. It was raining. You said it. We were trying to get out for a walk. It was going to dump, and it did. And it was just lightly raining, but I didn't want to get my hat wet, so I busted out. Thank you very much to the Winnipeg Gold Eyes. I hope they get a plug on the show. It's I don't know what it is, but it goes on your head.
There it is. Man, I was laughing. I was laughing so hard when I saw you out there.
I almost cried laughing when you sent me a text message saying, nice do-rag. Middle of the street. You like it in the back? What do you think?
Yeah, no, that looks great.
Yeah, huh?
And for those of you just listening on wherever you listen to podcasts, you might want to check out the YouTube on just to see what AJ's wearing on his head.
I keep forgetting that we're on podcasts. I keep forgetting this podcast isn't video only. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. They came out. I think they gave them the season ticket holders for the 25th season is what it was. But honestly, they were everywhere. And I work in radio, so everybody had all these freebie. I got like 3 of them, and they're nice to catch rain when you're walking in the rain, and they make great headbands.
Well, you also texted me you were pretty fired up about a hole-in-one you saw this weekend on the PGA Tour.
Jerry Kelly, I want to say that's his name. And not only did he punch in this hole-in-one, and it was so cool, I turned on the TV just as it happened. So we got to go back and rewind it and watch it. But I think he won the tournament by 2 points. Strokes. Which right there, you know, or by 2 strokes, thanks. If he parred that hole, that's a play down. So
I was watching on, I think it was Friday or Saturday, and Siwoo Kim had a hole-in-one early in his round. And then on the back 9, he teed one up, another par 3, and they're like, oh, wouldn't that be funny if he got another hole-in-one? It rimmed out. It went around the back of the cup and out. I thought it was in.
I think all these pros are getting too talented for the courses. Like they're getting too good and their gear is getting too good. We need to start building bigger or difficult golf courses.
Have you ever had a hole-in-one?
Yeah, right. You know what, though, to be fair, we played Crescent Drive Park, just a quick little 9 on Wednesday. And I was probably about 5 feet from the pin off the drive. It was, it'll happen.
Whatever.
But absolutely.
5 feet. 5 feet is not close. Okay, so we were playing golf.
Let's listen to how proud I was about 5 feet.
5 feet is not close. I was playing golf. My buddy and I were playing, and the starter was like, hey, can this guy join you guys? He's a single. And we're like, which one? He's like, the guy on the driving range. And he was wearing jeans. And we're like, no. Like, can he not? Which, thinking back, after you hear the story, who am I to say someone can't play golf with me? I am
Sure.
not a great golfer. I get out there a lot, but I wouldn't say I'm a great golfer.
Okay.
So he goes out before us. We end up catching up to him on 8. And long story short, his tee shot on 8, par 4, about 430 yards. He hits a 4-iron, doesn't even tee it up, just throws the ball down, smashes it. We're like, okay. There's a bunker guarding the hole on this particular hole. And so, like, for me, I'm aiming middle of the green, just get it over, right, and land it, and then hopefully 2-putt par. So this guy takes dead aim at it and puts it about 6 inches from the cup. Okay. So we keep playing. We realize this guy's really good, and we're laughing. Like, we said he couldn't play with us. This guy's probably like, why do I have to play with these two? Right? So we get to a par 3, hole 13, and we're waiting. And my buddy goes, have you ever got any hole-in-ones? And he goes, yeah, 13. We're like, excuse me. He's like, yeah, 13. So long story short, then he proceeds to tell us that he's never worn shorts golfing before, and sorry for wearing jeans. But we're like, why haven't you ever worn shorts? He goes, well, I played on the tour and we weren't allowed to wear shorts. And we're like, oh, so we told someone that who played on the tour they couldn't play golf with us. So that was my humiliating moment of the summer. But 13 hole-in-ones.
It's incredible, right?
It's literally insane.
Like, the only time I've seen something like that, we used to bowl league in Thunder Bay, Ontario. And we watched a guy bowl a 300, which, I mean, I never thought bowling was super interesting, but to watch live a guy bowl a 300, it was crazy. It was like electric. Yeah. And there was a guy who had 20 plus 300s in the banners, just one, the same guy. And you're going, come on.
That's crazy. Yeah. So, long story short, they always say don't judge a book by its cover. And I'm here to tell you to not judge a book by its cover, even if it's a golfer wearing jeans.
Start golfing in jeans.
I guess it's the new thing. If you have 13 hole-in-ones, you can do whatever you want. But anyways, moving on to the NHL first round, the official first round's kind of getting towards the end here. I just still think it's still 0 tests, right? Obviously, Tuukka Rask leaving the Bruins was big news.
Yeah.
Wishing him all the best. Obviously, we don't know what's going on, right?
No, and it's none of our business, right? So.
No, exactly. It's really none of our business. The Bruins support him. The players on the Bruins support him. And, you can't fault a guy for coming and giving it a shot.
No, players opted out before the season, and I don't think they could have ever expected somebody throughout the season to go, you know what? This is a little tense. I think I'm going to go home. Bubble's a tough place, Mac.
Yeah, no, I agree. You can't fault him at all. And they won. Right, they put in Jarl Halak and they won. The Bruins, I think, will be just fine moving forward. But that was obviously big news. But I mean, the hockey is way better than what I expected it to be.
Absolutely. Although the series seem mismatched.
Well, they went back to the seeding instead of the divisional round that we've seen for the last 3 or 4 years. Right, they went back to the seeding instead of playing in division for the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, but even though, I mean, the matchups are a little lopsided, but I expected the Capitals to play a little better. They're getting thumped now, 3-0.
The Islanders are a team.
They're an absolute
they don't give up goals. Ever.
It was fun to watch. And I'm not the first one to say it. Carolina. If I have to have
so much fun to watch.
If I have a horse in any team left, it's probably the Hurricanes.
Yeah, no, they're very fun to watch. And we got to bring it up. Did you see the Carolina Hurricanes tweet when Rod Brindamore got fined?
One with his check that he wrote out.
With his check. In Rod we trust. Phenomenal.
That's what I'm saying. Their Twitter's on point. Their post games are on point. Their sellies, the whole thing when they sat in the hotel room and watched the videos from the families. It's a fun team.
Yo, I tend to agree. They are a fun team. And they've picked up a lot of fans because they're having fun with it. They might have lost some, old school hockey fans due to the same reason, but a lot of people know who the Carolina Hurricanes are now because of what they're doing. It's fun. They're having fun.
And they brought back the Whalers jersey there that one time too.
For a couple games, yeah.
So, thumbs up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then the NBA is officially starting. The first round here, Monday or Tuesday. I got a bone to pick with the NBA.
Oh my goodness, hot take.
Yes, the Phoenix Suns went 8-0 in the bubble, and they didn't make the playoffs. Why bring a team to the bubble if you can go 8-0? They went there and did their job. Yeah, I understand their record before they got to the bubble was not good, but you brought them and they went 8-0. They did their job. How do they not make the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was slapped together pretty quickly to try to just get play resumed, and B, it's just the way the dice rolls. But you're right. If there was that little a statistical chance that they make the playoffs, if
They
they just run the
literally
board,
did their job
mhm.
and didn't even get to control their own destiny. They went 8-0.
I'll tell you this though: you've seen NFL teams in regular seasons just tank at the very beginning, pick up steam, do everything that they have to do, and one team doesn't lose, and so they don't make the postseason. So I guess that's just sports.
No,
And
I understand that part. But why bring them to the bubble
yeah,
if they're going to run the table and not even have a chance?
I think you have a good point to make up here with the NBA.
So that made me upset. And I'm not a Suns fan, but I enjoyed watching them. They beat good teams and they were having fun playing loose, and they ran the table. I don't know.
Do you think they looked at each other and went, "Hey guys, we could win all 8 games and it ain't gonna matter. Let's just play and have fun"?
Maybe. And their coach's speech after their last game, I don't know if you saw, it was on social media, but like it heartfelt, like it got me, I wasn't tearing up, but like I was feeling it. As a former athlete, hearing a coach say those things to his team, just how proud, and at the end of the day, it's not up to them, but they did their job. I don't know. I thought it was a great story. Would have loved to see him in the playoffs, but Dame Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers took the spot and they won their playing round, and they are the better team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what would happen with the Suns, but obviously having Dame in the playoffs is big. The guy's been on fire lately in the bubble.
Go Raps.
Yeah, go Raps. And no one, you know what? They're starting to give the Raps a chance. I like the Raps. I would never want to play against the Raptors.
Just gritty, right?
Yeah.
Love those teams that you say, look at that. There's no stars on that team. They're not going to, oh, look, they play really well together, actually.
Yeah.
And the whole system works. Cool. Yeah, that's a team I'd mess with.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for the NBA playoffs. Like, they're to me really exciting to watch, just like hockey playoffs. The best of sevens, 4 rounds. It's kind of the same. It's ran the same way. And you never know what's going to happen in a basketball game, right? Like, say someone's off shooting. If a team is off, who knows, right?
The basketball game means very little until the last 3 minutes.
You're right. And then they take 15 timeouts, and the last 3 minutes take as long as the whole first quarter.
Absolutely.
But hey,
we're getting the NBA back on Monday, and that's when we're going to find out whether or not the CFL is going to take place.
Well, hate to break it to you.
Doesn't look good, eh?
Dave Naylor just tweeted out, as we record this, that the government has denied the CFL their $30 million loan, so it's not looking good.
No, I saw that, and that's why they said that now they know where their cards lay. It's up to the CFL now, and we should find out Monday.
Well, depending on when you're listening to this, you will probably know the answer.
Probably already know.
Yeah. And I was saying last week that if the CFL doesn't play, then that just makes us Winnipeggers defending champions for 2 years.
Is that fair to say? Because so many people are going to brag about that.
I don't care personally. I just thought it was funny when I was talking to Rod Peterson.
Champs.
I said it and he laughed. So we will see what happens there, but not a terrible season if it's not going to happen. The Bombers are the reigning champions.
I'm down with that.
We can call it reigning champions. So I was seeing on social media and then, on the networks, people trying to get closer to the players, and lots of players were talking about their first jobs, which made me think of my first job as a professional ice cream scooper, which I
Get
shouldn't
out
have
of here.
really had the job, as you weren't allowed to work there if you have food allergies, specifically nut allergies. But I lied and I said I did not have nut allergies, which I do. So I was, scooping mocha almond fudge and
Hey, why is
whatever other.
Mac's face always so puffy? I think that's
Exactly.
just what he looks like.
All these other ice creams with nuts in them, but I was washing my hands constantly. And the reason I bring that up is because today we're going to draft the top 3 flavors of ice cream.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick the ones that don't or would not necessarily kill me if I didn't have my EpiPen.
Okay, that's a good theme to go with. All right.
But you
Who's
can go
picking
first.
first? I have to go first, as always. First pick, best ice cream flavors. It's a brand name. It's like the Nestle Turtles ice cream.
Right there. Can't have it. Never tried it.
No, pecans, man.
Yeah.
They're bad for you, but delicious for everybody else. It's like chocolate ice cream and caramel swirls. It's delicious.
So my number 1 flavor of ice cream goes by the name of Napoleon ice cream.
No, that was one of my picks.
No, Neapolitan. But ever since I was a kid, I've always called it Napoleon for some reason. I guess I couldn't say it. So strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, you can't go wrong. Unbelievable box ice cream right there.
Darn you, Mac Heisinger. All right. Scratch it off the board. My second pick, I might be getting the name wrong. And it's very similar to my first pick. But as we were kids, we got this stuff, I believe it was called gold medal ribbon ice cream. It was
Never
the same
heard of that.
thing. It was just hella caramel. It was so much swirls of it. And, nuts for sure. Again, that's why you haven't heard of it. It's otherwise it's super delicious.
The next pick on my board is going to be like a caramel swirl or a butterscotch swirl. Vanilla
Well,
ice.
Two different things, butterscotch and caramel. So.
I'll go with caramel.
All
With the vanilla ice cream with the caramel swirl in there. Can't go wrong.
I kind of want some ice cream. Third pick, final pick is a wild card. We had Napoleon scheduled into the slot already. So I'm going outside the box. Wendy's Frosty. Does it count as ice cream?
Yes, it sure does.
It counts as ice cream, right?
Delicious little treat.
Oh, 99 cents when you can get one. Do you think they'll send us free stuff? I doubt it.
I don't know. I got to go with my last pick because everybody will get mad if this is not taken off the board. And there's some companies that make it that don't have nuts. And it's going to be Oreo ice cream.
Oh.
Right? How can we leave that off the board? And then we left cookie dough off the board as well.
I might actually get into trouble because it's my fiance Samantha's just favorite ice cream. And, so I'm gonna, if she asks, I picked that one.
Okay, but we left cookie dough off the board. Like
cookie dough's okay. I gotta have caramel in my ice cream. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan.
Little swirl in there, salted caramel. That's where it's at.
Ooh. Yeah, not a bad call. You know, that's the tough thing about 3 picks, and people get left off the board, and that's just sounds like a cookie dough problem to me.
It does.
Right?
Coming up next week, Mac and AJ's top 100 list of ice cream flavors.
You heard it here first. Anyways, we're gonna head inside the bubble here, the NHL's bubble, with our next guest on episode 12 here. We're going inside the bubble with Vegas Golden Knights prospect and Winnipeg Ice captain Peyton Krebs, who's currently in Edmonton with the Golden Knights right now as they compete with Chicago in the first round. And, pretty cool conversation with Peyton coming right up here as, what's kind of going on in the bubble and what he's been up to and how he's passing time with the team. So without further ado, Peyton, welcome to the show.
Doing well, yep. Just in the old hotel room in the bubble.
Hotel in the bubble. So you guys practice this morning?
Yeah, so it's a game day, and then usually any other guys that aren't playing that night will skate that morning or sometime in the day. So we did that this morning, and then just gotta hang out and watch the game now.
What was training camp like?
It was good, yeah. No, it was. I mean, for us, the coaches were awesome in the way that we were already there. I wasn't, but most of the guys were already there skating for 3 weeks before. So there was no hard bag skates that you might have saw on some teams' Instagrams, but no, it was just enough to get you ready and to feel like you're in game shape.
So I know you haven't played yet, but just from within training camp, what's the biggest difference when you're jumping from the Western Hockey League into the an NHL practice?
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, I think I felt good with the speed and that type of stuff. I think it's just those second and third battles. I mean, you can win that first battle, but there's going to be a guy right on your tail for that second battle. So that was the biggest thing for me is just trying to win that first battle and then get some room for yourself to look up and make a play. So and then also just as soon as you look up, make sure you have a play and be ready to do that. So I think obviously you have a little more time in the Western League and you're a little bit more confident there too, but I think that confidence will come and I'll start to get more comfortable making plays with the team here.
So you're coming from Winnipeg, and obviously James Patrick has coached in the NHL. What have you taken from him, or is there some carryovers you find similar?
Yeah, I think actually Pete and James have pretty similar coaching tactics, so that was pretty nice. I was able to move with that pretty quickly, and I think Jeep, just over my 3 years that I was with him so far, he just taught me how to be a pro and not only that, play 200 feet. And I think in the NHL you got to be able to do like play defense, got to play offense, and I think just those little details that he's taught me over the years has helped so much. And I think I'm a guy that likes to hold on to the puck a lot, and now that you're here, you're able to, not in junior too, but you're able to give and go, and guys are going to get the puck back to you. So I think for me, it's just making sure I use everyone around me and do those give and goes.
So I saw on social media last night the Golden Knights had a little bit of a movie night. What have you been doing in the bubble here to stay busy?
Yeah, no, I've been doing lots. There's my main gig right now, obviously practice, and then I go hit up a bunch of us guys, a few of the extras, and we go hit up the golf simulator. So I've been playing about 18 holes a day. Played Cabo yesterday, so that was pretty fun. And then guys just do like Nate Schmidt. He organizes little things here and there. We had a poker tournament with the last PGA championship there. We had like a draft for guys, and then we had a movie night. And they just do little things like that to, bring everyone together and just have fun, because you are in your hotel room a lot. You're in your hotel pretty much 247. So it's nice to do that and just have a little laugh. So it's fun.
What's a typical day then for you? We'll call it a practice day, not a game day.
Yeah, I think every day, since there's so many teams there, every day practice is at different times. So usually lately we've been practicing between 11 and 2. So usually you'll wake up around 9, go have breakfast. Usually there's some video that we watch, and then we'll head to practice, do that, and then go eat after that. And then Derek Engel will shoot me a text, and we'll go golf for 18, and that usually brings us to dinner. And then usually finish off the night with a little Warzone and FaceTime with the fam.
I know the last time you were on the show, you said that you were working on your golf game because the last time you were in Vegas, it didn't go so well for you. How are you stacking up now?
Yeah, all right. I mean, I took the win yesterday, but been pretty bad, to be honest with you. The simulator is hard. The simulator is hard. It's easier but harder, and I'm gonna go golf right after this actually too. So we'll see. I'll let you know how I do.
All right. Sounds good. Do you guys can you go to other games? Is that something you can do?
Yeah. So it's funny actually. In the first 20 games, I went to every single one, and I still am I'll as many as I can watch, because obviously a lot of guys here, they're in the NHL. Obviously I am right now, but I haven't seen most of the teams play where they play against them all the time. So it's been really fun getting to see other guys, and even just in the hotel here, where we eat, there's 4 other teams right beside us. So you see guys that you haven't seen before, and it's really cool. I mean, it's awesome. But I mean, for me, I'm a little starstruck every once in a while walking by guys. But at the end of the day, you realize they're just people, and they're just like you, and you can be like them. So just gotta work hard, and no, it's fun. I'm having a blast. I mean, some guys maybe not as much because they have families, but a young guy like me, and getting this opportunity, I'm living the dream.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I know you a little bit, and you love hockey, obviously.
Yeah.
And you brought up the starstruck thing. Who's the player that you kind of walk by and you're like, whoa?
I don't know. I don't want to get chirped too much if I say that some of the guys watch this, but I mean, you walk by Nathan McKinnon, a guy like that. It's pretty cool for sure. Obviously, there's guys on our team too. I'm still, obviously, I lived with Mark, and I still he's an unreal player. So it's pretty fun, and obviously there's lots of other guys, that some of those big names that you just see and you're like, oh, he's bigger than I thought, smaller than I thought. And
Right.
it's like, oh, he's the same size as me, but he says he's this tall. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. But yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm loving it. And every day is the dream for me. Every day I got to play hockey and be in the NHL. So now it's just the next step of maybe getting the game. Who knows?
Yeah, well, hopefully that'd be awesome. We'd all be pulling for you. When you were watching game 1 and Leonard's skate blade keeps coming out and he's playing with it, what's going through everybody's heads?
Yeah, I don't know. He looked pretty calm. He didn't even say anything to the ref. I'm just like, he's sitting there and he just keeps going. That's the type of guy he is. He told me, I try to, I try to stay calm all the time and just play open-minded. And it's pretty cool to see him. He's an awesome. He's a quieter guy. I haven't talked to him too much, but he's really nice, and he's a beast for sure.
So when you're at these games, obviously it's way different watching in person than normally, right, on TV.
Yeah.
You picking up little things. I know you're a sponge. You love the game. You pick up tons of little things. What have you picked up just watching there in the person?
Yeah, I think for me, obviously, I haven't watched. Well, I watch a lot of hockey on TV and in person, obviously, but I think for me, I realized that I can play for sure in the NHL, and just the passes. I a team's playing well when they're snapping the puck really well, and the little details such as just little chips. There's a lot more of that I find, a lot of rims, that a lot of those plays. It's pretty interesting, and a lot of bank passes that maybe you're always looking for the perfect pass, but you don't realize there's a bank pass. You don't have to go through 6 guys to get that perfect pass. You can do a bank pass and just do the exact same thing. So kind of little things like that maybe you see this pass and they do it that way, and it's like, oh, that works too. So that's kind of cool. But no, obviously every guy there is a stud, and even guys on our team, fourth line, William Carrier, I think he could be a first liner too. It's crazy. So it's really cool to see, and no, I'm loving it.
Yeah, I think just funny you brought it up. All those guys, the fourth line guys in the NHL were studs in junior, right? And
Yeah,
then they
exactly.
kind of just get placed and have to figure it out as you get older. But you're right. That's interesting. For everybody at home, I know they're wondering, can you give us an idea of what's in the bubble and how it's kind of marked out?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, it's pretty much documented how it is on social media. It's pretty much the exact same. So we have our hotel at the start, or last week, the whole time we had to bus to a different practice facility, and we had to practice there because there was so many teams here. Now we're at the normal practice rink, and we go down to the rink. Our meal rooms, there's like 6 meal rooms all by each other, and each team has one. You can go to all the restaurants that are in the bubble. So there's the restaurants here and the JW, and then there's gated areas all along that you can walk. You can walk to the Delta. I haven't been to the Delta, but you can walk there, and then you can go to Sutton, and there's Chop there. I think Chop is actually closing after the first round to the players, so you have to stop in there. That's been a favorite for a lot of the guys. So it's usually buzzing in there for sure. It's just then they just have the hotel, and then we go to the rink, and there's four golf simulators around the rink. When you walk in, there's about 8 rows of COVID testing. So in the morning, you'll go every day. You have a COVID testing slot, and you go to your it's alphabetical. You go there, you quickly get swabbed and say see you later. And there's all the workers they come in and out. They're nice people, and then there's some food trucks in our little courtyard. There's a couple basketball hoops. Some guys there was more of that basketball at the start, but now that guys are dialing in, and you don't see too many guys. And there's also free Tim Hortons here, food truck, and I tend to go there a lot. Caps, ice caps have been a favorite for me, and it's been fun. And then obviously you're just occupied with hockey most of the time, and that's what I love. So, and then you play Warzone at night with the guys, the chat, and FaceTime the family for a bit, and there you go. And and then we also have a concierge service where you can there's like 4 stores, and you have it within 24 hours if you want anything, and you can ship anything here, whatever you want. So anything you really want you can get, and it's really fun.
How many gaming consoles do you think are in the bubble? Too many. Like,
I know Alex Tuck has 2. Like, I don't know why, but he has 2. So
that's awesome. Well, listen, buddy, thanks for taking the time. Appreciate you being our first 2-time guest on the show, and wishing you all the best moving forward. Maybe see you in there.
Yeah, sounds great. Thanks for having me on.
Interesting to see what's going on inside the bubble, and obviously, wishing Peyton all the best as the Golden Knights move forward here. Thanks for listening. And of course, check us out on social media at Icebreaker Show with 2 W's on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you're looking for a video option, we're on YouTube as well at Icebreaker Show. Appreciate all the listens, whether it's on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're everywhere. If you enjoy the show, let your friends know about it. We always appreciate the support. And as always, wishing you guys a great week as we move forward here. We'll talk to you next week.